Good morning, Mark and fellow students. Today I'll be proposing my research topic which centralises on the relationship between soil nutrient status and phosphorus deficiency and their effects on the Northern Australian beef industry. I'd like to emphasise the importance of the beef industry and what influences the productivity of the region. A significant difference between the temperate zones of the south and the tropics of the north. These differences are associated with the variants of flora and fauna that you find in these regions. Your species of cattle and your forages change with these regions, which explains the difference between the northern production zone and the southern production zone. Characteristically, the northern tropics are home to harsh climates and weathered soils. The dominant grass species are seafood grasses, a forage that is adapted to the climate. However, seafood grasses are known for their high yielding although low quality forage. As you can imagine, the environment in North Australia presents a challenging climate for the production of beef. It also dictates the breed and species of cattle being able to run on these properties. And cattle species plays an important part in the quality and profitability of the final beef product. Your Boss Taurus cattle originate from Europe and Britain and are best suited to the temperate regions of the southern production zone. These cattle are produced for that high intramuscular fat content and well known for the Wagyu and high quality cuts, which is generally marketed to Japan and certain Asian countries. Cattle in the North production zone are mainly of an Indicus line. However, the marketability and grading of their final carcass is lower than the temperate counterparts. Yes, the northern cattle industry is largely marketed towards live export, as breeds of the cattle are suitable to the climates in Southeast Asia. Nevertheless, an adapted cow or not will only perform as efficiently as the nutrients and sustenance it is provided. All these zones in red, as you can see, are extremely deficient phosphorus and is a major limitation to the extensive production region of the North Australia zone. These deficiencies have a large impact on the nutritional status of cattle. Liebig's law of the minimum provides a really good representation of how level of nutrients affects production yields. As you can see, potassium in this instance is the limiting nutrient. All the water is escaping from the lower panel there, and the animal's full potential is reduced to the maximum capacity of that nutrient, and all that yield is kind of going away. This can easily be related to phosphorus in cattle. Phosphorus is a macronutrient, therefore is required in large amounts. A deficiency has major implications on their performance, reducing appetite, growth, weaning success, and increasing mortality. So it has been established that this nutrient plays an important part. However, more work can be invested to find the relationship between soil nutrient status and nutrient requirements of cattle. I'm hoping to run a similar trial to monitor the requirements of cattle in pastures of varying levels of deficiency and seeing how their uptake affect their deficiency status. Hoping to use drought master cattle because they're a Boss Indicus breed that's been established in Australia. Throughout this trial, I want to run it on Brine Pasture Research Station in Gayndah, so it gives a constant climate, however a large area in the sense that there is a varying amount of phosphorus in each paddock. It's small enough so that the climate and rainfall are consistent. I'll be testing for blood, urine and fecal samples, as well as measuring the body condition score and weight. We all analysed to see the current nutrition plan. Once we get all these results back, we'll just have these cattle. We will be supplementing them so that a sufficient phosphorus level will be achieved. Any deficiency will not be present. So when they enter the trial, nutrient levels will be taken again. This time before actually entering the trial, they will get bone biopsied. So a cortical sample of your bone about this big will be taken out of either the 11th or 12th rib. This will show how much phosphorus that they have either used from this to actually rectify any sort of deficiencies that they occur throughout this feed trial. So we will analyse different paddocks and find a low, a medium low and a deficient paddock. And we'll be testing pasture species and pasture quality through botanical composition and just dry matter sampling. This is because pasture quality usually reflects the soil nutrient level. We will have a 24 head. And so we have one backup for 35 cows will be going into a control paddock buffalo grass. So you'll have a good improved pasture to keep this as control, to see how your highly performing cattle will perform versus your low, your medium low and your deficient cows. This trial will run for about 42 days. Within that time, pasture and soil samples will be taken weekly. So at day 7, day 14, 21, 28 and 35 days. Final drafting of day 42, blood, fecal, bone, urine, will be recorded as well as the final bone sample, and they will be analysed in the lab. So doing unassessed feed and cattle trials are quite expensive and lengthy. I'm hoping to gain fund from coffee as well as MLA and future. I have downgraded my feed trial into a paddock trial instead of being penned and reduce my herd size to about 20-24 head. It has been established how much phosphorus supplements you need to give to a cow, but on an environmental and economical standpoint, amount of phosphorus being uptaken by the cattle from your pasture hasn't really been established. So this can aid producers in giving them another sort of an analytical tool on seeing how the cows are performing, and pasture and soil sampling is a lot cheaper, a lot easier. This is a good overview of how your cattle are going and running under these conditions and seeing how much phosphorus is lost and how much phosphorus we do need to supplement. Thank you.